When we pilgrims are about to reach Astorga, we believe we've seen it all after so many hundreds of kilometers on the Camino de Santiago. But no, all the stages have their own surprise. And we're going to arrive at a tremendously monumental city, which was also a crossroads of Roman and medieval roots, and among the monuments, one as outstanding as the Episcopal Palace, by Gaudí himself. And for surprises, the culinary ones. Mantecadas are typical from Astorga, and also the chocolate, which is linked to this city long before Swiss or Belgian chocolate became famous. You see that Astorga has a lot to offer. It's a typical stage end, since tomorrow we have to climb to the Iron Cross, the summit of the French Way of St. James. Astorga was founded by the Romans as Asturica Augusta at an important crossroads, which is still significant today for the pilgrimage to Santiago. Here, the Silver Route converges, which is the path taken by pilgrims from the west and south of Spain, and the French way of the Camino de Santiago. There are still Roman traces in Astorga, like the baths, the sewers, or the forum. Christianity has also left a significant mark on the heritage, as Astorga was chosen as an episcopal see. Despite its small population, which now barely exceeds 11,000 inhabitants, it has a cathedral and an episcopal palace. The first mentions of the cathedral are of a pre-Romanesque and then a Romanesque temple, although the current building began to rise in the 15th century. The palace, on the other hand, suffered a fire at the end of the 19th century, and the project was handed to the famous modernist architect Antonio Gaudí. A bit further away for pilgrims, we have the Chocolate Museum. Where does Astorga's connection to cocoa come from? The history is very interesting and takes us back to none other than Hernán Cortés and the first decades of the Spanish conquest of America. At that time, the Mayans cultivated cocoa in the province of Yucatan. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived in that region, cocoa served two primary purposes. Its valuable seeds were utilized as a form of currency, and furthermore, it was consumed as a beverage. Hernán Cortés was not interested in this use, but he was interested in the monetary one. Therefore, he took the seed to Spain to be planted. And this is where Astorga comes in. The marriage of Hernán Cortés' daughter to Álvaro Pérez Osorio, heir to the Marquisate of Astorga, was arranged. It is believed that part of the dowry was a good amount of cocoa. The seed and treatment of cocoa quickly succeeded in Astorga, where its production developed extensively. In fact, a century ago, there were still around 50 workshops. Make the most of your time here and take a walk to discover Astorga. And as a compliment, have a little chocolate in the main square and you'll feel refreshed. Buen camino!